Welcome back. Continuation of the reading old letters that I found in my grandma's house series from my aunt who just had a baby in the early 50s to my grandparents. My aunt was in Long Beach, California. My grandparents were in West Virginia, where my family's from. This is a couple days after the baby's born. This is a long one. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to pre-read this because it's hard for me to read this handwriting because cursive script. Just a minute. Okay, I'm back. This is a real long one. So I'm just going to kind of skim it and the little parts that stuck out to me, like the new mom stuff. And something happened with her. Okay, this might be the last one for tonight. It's like getting real hard to read this stuff. It's ready to give her. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I'll start this today, probably finish it tomorrow. All of us is fine, especially soon now. I had quite a scare yesterday. Was getting ready to give her a bottle at about 3:30 and had changed her diaper. Come and looked down at her before getting the bottle, and there was blood in the eye that had been watering. I think she's saying mattering, but I've never heard that term. Well, I picked her up, took her over to Margie's, then called the doctor. He was out of town, so his nurse told me to call this other doctor. I did, and they said to bring her in right away. I called Tom, and he came home almost before I had the phone hung up. We took her to the doctor, and by that time it had quit bleeding. Must have been only a couple of drops. Anyway, he said there was a little infection on the lower lid. He cleaned it out real good with drops of some sort, then put some kind of ointment in it, then gave us a prescription for some of the ointment. He cleaned her out real good and showed me how to do it. I had just been dabbing alcohol on it. Ow! Alcohol on like an eyelid boo-boo? Oh man. Then asked him to weigh her. I have noticed her cheeks are getting too full, and both of us have been wanting to know how much she has gained. She was stripped and stuck on the whatever that is, and she now tips them at 6 pounds and what is that? Something and half an ounce. 6 pounds and half an ounce. While in the hospital, she had last down to 5 pounds even. Then when we came home, she weighed 5 pounds, 6.5 ounces. Both of us were so relieved after we left the doctor's office. I was worried about the eye because it was swollen, and I kept washing it out with boric acid, but that didn't seem to help anyway. But now I feel like it will be getting better. Boy, was this doctor's office a dream. I can't explain to you what it was like, but the waiting room was so beautiful. And then there were small consultation rooms for the patients. This doc specializes in pediatrics, and from the looks of the place, he is a big wheel. That says wheel, right? Not deal. He's a big wheel. That makes sense, I guess, right? Big wheels keep on turning. It cost $5 to see him, and it was well worth the money to know nothing serious was the matter. Said it was probably a stopped-up tear duct. Yesterday, there was a salesman here to sell me one of the tables that you put the child down in. One of the tables that you put the child down in. A table? Like a changing table? Down in? In a table? What does that mean? Just got rid of him. One trying to sell me on a photograph album. The album was free, but the catch was there had to be 14 pictures taken, and they had to be taken over the period of 5 years. Some stuff. Told him I didn't need them that bad. The mailman came and got your Wednesday letter. One from something. Okay, they're talking about their letters and these neighbors. Got the house warm to keep the baby warm. Yada, yada. Flowers. Okay. Every time Margie goes, she asks if we need anything. Okay, people are taking care of her. That's great. Okay. Mrs. Price hasn't been over since she has had a rash caused by medicine she's taking. I'm real glad about that because she is one of those people that has an inferior complex. And before I went to the hospital, she about drove me nuts. Inferior complex. Wonder what she means, if she means okay. She's, what is this? What's this word? She's Gewards. And she'd tell me all her troubles, and I was getting to the point that if I heard them one more time, I would have socked her. She started on Margie now, and it's so funny because she's driving Margie crazy too. Shit talking in your letters. I love it. Talking about stuff to do. Another doctor. Vacation. Talking about the East Coast and driving in California. Talking about the baby, how content she is to lay on her stomach. She's 2 weeks old. That's giving me anxiety just hearing that. And then she talks about how she doesn't fit in her clothes anymore, and it's making her really, really mad. The baby's 2 weeks old, and she's mad she doesn't fit in her pre-pregnancy clothes. That bums me out. Anyway, so this was a really long one, but I guess all was well. Baby had a bloody eye, but was fine. And I guess we'll get into... Now, this next letter, though, is... It's all the same info, but it's, like, typed out, which is... Oh, there's all stuff in it. Okay, we're going to get to this next time.